This is looking absolutely proper. Honestly, for me, it makes the car not look cheap anymore. And I want your guesses as to what it will run quarter mile time. Will it do a 10? Will it do an 11? I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another video on my VF Clubsport R8 LSA build. And in this video, judging by the thumbnail and the title, I have got some new wheels to put on the VF so we can go racing with them, and also some new taillights. Now, no, they're not those crappy Mars Performance one that you see on eBay spec builds on the internet. These are a nice OEM freshen up upgrade, so to say, and they look 1,000 times better. But before we do get into that, I do want to touch base with a situation that you guys may or may not be aware of. There's a video circulating on the internet and people sharing it around that have no business in sharing it around, and weren't even in there. Especially there's a YouTuber that done that I was friends with who shared it around and didn't even ask if I was okay. Now I feel like, and I've been reinforced lately, that the term friends and mates is thrown around too loosely with no sort of meaning behind it. People like to shine and prove themselves, and it reminds me exactly why I keep my circle tight and small. Without giving you guys all the information, because it has gone to a legal side of things now, I can only touch over the situation and not name names just yet, but I will be, and I will also be showing the CCTV footage. So if you've heard their side of the story, which is completely different to the truth, you guys are gonna see and find out what the actual truth was. I've got nothing to hide, I've got nothing to lose. Why would I lie about a situation when there's gonna be video footage showing so? So anyways, there was a few comments made over the internet. I have proof of all of these comments and every single conversation leading up to the situation. They were all in a group of about 20 plus people at the service station. 3 or 4 of them took it into their own hands to jump me and go 3 or 4 on 1. I don't remember exactly, but I do remember a few sets of hands coming towards me. I stood my ground like a man and I fought who I could, when I could, how I could. Doesn't matter how much of a great fighter you are or anything like that, not saying that I am. You can only do so much when there is more than one person going at you at once. So anyways, I stood my ground. I wasn't a bitch. I fought who I could, when I could, and I'd go down knowing that I fought like a man rather than just copying it like a little bitch. These guys kicked me in the head repetitively when I was on the ground, stomped on my chest, kicked me in the ribs. Didn't do too much damage to me. I still got up after that. I still went one-on-one with after, and we banged it out after that. If they wanted to do a one-on-one at the start, win, lose or draw, I would have dusted myself off, walked away from the situation. Absolutely nothing would have came from it, but they wanted to be dogs. They all wanted to jump in and do what they did. So it led me to no choice but to do things the right way in that sense, which will probably be a dog way in their sense. But, you know, could have taken things a different route. I stopped certain people from doing certain things. If we went that route, it's just never gonna end. And I don't wanna have to live my life going to events, worrying I'm gonna have to bang it out with people, or shit's just gonna escalate, get other people involved that shouldn't be involved. So I feel like I have done the right thing, which may seem like to a lot of people, and me myself, if I didn't get jumped and it was one-on-one, I would say that it was wrong. But you know, you want to go 3 or 4 on 1, then unfortunately this is the route I have to take. And you know, this is just a lesson to be learned. I guess you can't just go around jumping people and thinking that you're going to get away with it or prove a point. I'm walking, I'm living, I'm breathing, I'm getting around, I'm trying to do the things that I can do when I can, but still a bit sore in the ribs. I'm not sure if you guys have had any sort of rib pain from getting kicked in the ribs, but I'll tell you what, it is not nice, it is not comfortable, but trying to get on, and I'm trying to get videos out to you guys because I do not want to let this stop me doing what I love doing and giving content to you guys. So anyways, like I said, without getting too into it, because I can't legally, that's a little brief over. So that's an answer to all of your questions that you're getting right now. I don't want any sympathy or anything from anyone. This isn't a sympathized video. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad for me, feel sorry for me, anything like that. I just got a ton of DMs and I thought I'd make it aware in this situation, in this video, which is the only thing that I'm going to be talking about it for now. So anyways, let's get into a brighter note, a lighter note. I'm going to show you guys the new wheels I bought for my VF, which I actually bought before I built this car. Went down to Melbourne, dropped the Clubsport off to Showtime. On the way back, before we left, I picked up a few parts. We went a bit of shopping. I wasn't going to get these wheels, but Josh said to me, bro, just buy them. They're cheap, in which they were, and I got them actually cheaper than what he had them listed for. And he said, you're going to eventually do it anyway. And you know what? He's dead right. I was going to do it eventually anyway. They were such a steal, such a deal. I couldn't say no. So I got them, and they actually came off a VF Series 2 GTS in Slipstream Blue as well. So the vision was very easy to see with how good they would look on this car. And I must say, they do look good. I did a little test fit on one side a few weeks ago, and I really badly wanted to tease you guys on the internet. But, you know, I thought we'd just hold it off for a little bit until we were ready to race the thing. And man, you guys are going to absolutely love it because it looks absolutely fat. And you're going to see in this video what it looks like. And it is going to look absolutely fat. So here we go. These are my new to me Koya SF05s in an 18x10 with a positive 42 offset on the thing. And we've got some Mickey Thompson Street SS's in a massive 305 40 there. So these things are absolutely wild. They're fat. They're aggressive. They sit very aggressive on the car. I did have to get the guards rolled to be able to fit these things. So Nelson from Sydney Guard Rolling came and rolled my guards the other week. So they are ready to be put on and hopefully do not rub anywhere. Now on Dino's VF GTS, it came off. He did have the car pretty low as well, but from memory, he did say they were on standard suspension. This thing is on BC Gold coilovers. So if they do touch, then obviously I can raise the car. And that is your answer as to why I didn't lower the car, and it has been full drive spec in the rear and sitting a bit like that because there was no point me dropping the thing to then have to raise it again to put these wheels on to then drop it. I'd rather just do it once, not sit there, play around with suspension 24/7. I'd rather it look like a stock VF clubby than, you know, slam it and stuff around and waste countless hours doing that. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to set the camera up. I'm going to change these wheels over. Then we're going to go outside, take it for a little drive. Fingers crossed it doesn't rub anywhere. If it does, we're going to have to play with suspension and whatnot. But I'll show you that, and I'll show you the new tail lights as well. So enough talking, let's start doing it. Now before I drop it, just have a look at how fat and wild these wheels look on this car. Obviously a little bit of poke, but being an IRS car, it will naturally camber in as the vehicle drops because, you know, it's not like my Clubsport with a 9-inch in it. That will be dead flat the whole time. IRS naturally has camber, you can adjust it out of it, but man, this thing and the stance on it is absolutely wild. So let's drop it down, let's pull it out, have a look at it properly. So the test drive went nice and smoothly. We went over a few big speed humps, and a few potholes in the road. Sydney roads for you. And there was not one little bit of scrubbing, which is positive, but obviously due to the weather, we can't do any hard launches or anything like that. It's just gonna spin and slip. So I won't actually know if it's gonna rub or not, but I do think we're gonna have to raise it a little bit just to be on the safe side. And you know, I don't wanna cut into expensive tires, let alone damage the guards any further than what they already are damaged, which doesn't really matter anyway, because it's all gonna have to get fixed, but I'd rather not. I'd rather just not have to deal with that stuff as well. So anyways, here's the car with the new drag pack, so to say, on the back and the new taillights. I'll run a little B-roll and I'll show you guys a nice view of it all. the car is looking absolutely gangster, guys, and honestly, it has put a smile back on my face, and it's kind of motivated me to want to get back into making content on this thing. As you probably may have seen in the B-roll as well, and you may see in these further clips, the damage on the car. It may not look like much because it is a gloomy day. It is a bit wet outside, but I'm not going to point it out or anything. The quotes have been done, everything's been done, so it is what it is. But it is looking absolutely proper. As I said, and you can see now, it would need to be raised a little bit. Otherwise, you know, probably doing a 1/660 foot will probably damage the guard a little bit. We don't want that. But that in conjunction with these new tail lights are looking absolutely fat. So they're red, which are very hard to come by on this VF HSVs. If you notice that most of them are orange, that is because they are faded. They all came out factory red like this. And for some reason, just the outside's just fade. I've never seen the inside ones fade at all. A little bit of a backstory. I actually bought this tail light here on this side for $50, which I was pretty stoked about, just randomly hitting someone up on Marketplace. So guys, you never know. He had it up for $250 and he said, I'll give it to you for $50 if you buy it today. So I didn't say no, I bought it, and there it is. We had the red one, but I also did buy another pair that had the left side, which is red, which is very rare, and the driver's side, which was orange. So I actually sold a pair of them to one person that follows me and has been following me for a while down in Albion Park. And I sold him each side because he's doing a HSV mock-up. As soon as I got this other one, I asked him if he wanted to swap to make his pair even. My orange one for his red one, he said yes. I went down there, swapped it over. He's happy, I'm happy, and that's all that matters. So pretty stoked about that, pretty happy that I even got that other tail light for $50, let alone a driver's side tail light that isn't faded for $50. Honestly, for me, it makes the car not look cheap anymore, and it just looks absolutely fat. And I'm super stoked to have that paired with the wheels. Now we've got no more orange on the car, it's just red reflectors, red tail lights, red calipers, and I feel like it all ties in nice and minty now. So now all that is left to do is to raise it, take it for a few hits in Mexico when it's dry and not wet outside, so we can see if it actually does rub or hit anywhere. Yes, we can load it up and see if it touches the bump stop, but it's a little bit different replicating that to if the car's actually launching and you got like 1,800 kilos of weight going on a back wheel sort of thing. So we'll be doing that, then taking it to the track as soon as I possibly can. I'm gonna bring you guys along on the journey and try and make these videos as educational as I can and not bore you guys with it. So it's one thing posting videos of just racing, not saying anything. It's another thing just yammering away the whole time and not showing actual racing or anything like that or any educational things. But that's my goal for this channel. I want to try and be as educational as I can be and make the content enjoyable as well. So if you guys want to see anything else as well, let me know down in the comment section. One thing I do want to know is your guesses what it will run quarter mile time. So if you didn't see the previous video, go and check that out. I have a whole series on this car here, building it up to what it is from a stock Calais to how it is now. I made 615 horsepower, 785 Newton meters of torque, and I want your guesses as to what it will run quarter mile time. Will it do a 10? Will it do an 11? I think it'll either do a very low 11 or a very high 10. That's my opinion, but I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and what you also think of this build so far. Like, it's absolutely turned out amazing, and I know it looks kind of stockish and whatnot, but we've got plenty to come. If you guys want to support your boy, we do have some GAMBIN.BUILDS stickers here. The car is officially branded, and if you want to get your own, go in the link down in the description. Stickers are, I think, $5 each, and all of it doesn't go into my pocket. It goes reinvested straight back into this channel, straight back into merch, straight back into content, guys. So if you want to support your boy, you want to jump on board, you want to have a cool sticker as well, and other things that I'm going to be releasing like merchandise for this car as well, make sure you get on that. Make sure you save my Big Cartel store as well. Can't wait to show you guys what this channel brings in the future, and I can't wait to bring you guys along with me. And I hugely thank your guys' support thus far. Honestly, I would not be going to this much effort and filming or anything like that if it wasn't for you guys enjoying the content at home. So guys, we're going to leave the video here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Put those post notifications on so you do not miss out on the next episode and future episodes on this VF Clubby here behind me and all the other builds we have here going on, GAMBIN.BUILDS. So as always, guys, we'll catch you in the next one.